All right, everybody. Terrence Popp here with another episode of Live from the Lair. And listen, I know I have not been doing this lately, and I'm going to be doing it more, but this episode is basically I'm answering a bunch of questions that guys send me, and I throw them in a file, and I just haven't gotten to them. I know it's being irresponsible, and a lot of you guys want to know some shit. So here we go.
Our current stunning and brave, duly elected, most popular president ever might have delivered the coup de grace to the Republic, but the first shots were fired by useful idiot vaginuts in sheep's clothing peddling lies and propaganda before our former Kenyan-in-Chief made it legal. Take a stand against the tyranny and get yourself a copy of Surviving Fourth Wave Feminism today. A link is in the description.
All right, now this one here, the guy wants to know what I would suggest for a rifle scope. Now, typically, when I give you a suggestion for a piece of equipment, I'm not going to sit there and just tell you the top of the line stuff that's going to cost you thousands and thousands of dollars because it's stupid. I'm going to give you something that's a good piece of equipment that's not going to cost an arm and a leg, is reasonably rugged, and has a decent, track record. Now, if you would have asked me this question, 5-8 years ago, I would have told you a Leopold 10 power fixed mil-dot scope. Those are the ones that came on the Remington 700s that we used in the 2nd Ranger Battalion as a sniper platform. We called it the M24. The Marines call it the M40. It's the same platform. One's a long action, one's a short action. All right. But Leopold, the prices on those have, basically taken themselves out of the average person's budget. So I'm not going to make those recommendations. And then there's another one, the SWFA. They're a very good waterproof scope, nitrogen filled. They actually they're starting to make these in first focal plane. The two that I have are 10 power fixed, and I can't really tell you anything bad about them. They group well. I've fired them on 300 Win Mags, 30-06s, 308s, 6.5 Creedmoor, and I think, that's about it. I wanted to put it on a 50 BMG platform, but I don't have access to one of those. And those roughly are $400 to $600. Now, I got a box here for a scope. Diamondback Tactical. All right. Let's see. They're made by Vortex. This is a first focal plane scope, and this has the minute of angle. It's basically a mil-dot reticle. It's 6x24 power by 50. It's got decent light gathering. It's nitrogen purged. It will hold a 0. I've taken it out and, I've made some crazy adjustments. And what you do is you 0 it, then you move it over 8, you fire it again, move it down 8, fire it again, move it over 8, fire it again. And you do that 2 or 3 times and see where the groups are. And this one was right up there with the Leopold scope. Now, the Leopold scope has got better glass, but it's going to have better glass for $1,500 to $5,000 for the top end models. Okay, now if you're just putting this on a platform to use in case the zombie apocalypse goes down, this one's more than adequate. You can get this for $399. Okay, you can even get it less if you get the military discount. and you contact Vortex themselves, and I think you need a DD-214 or a military ID card, or you're in law enforcement, and they'll cut you a break. All right, what's the next one here? All right, next one. Okay, I had one fan ask me, because I mentioned a couple times the knives that I carried in Iraq. All right, I'm a firm believer in carrying a good knife. One, it'll save your life. Number two, there is a good amount of utility in having one. And number three, typically if somebody's sporting a knife and they have it in a place where they can reach it quickly, it does have an air of intimidation, and people usually don't want to fuck with you. So I have a model here that I carried. Now, they don't make this anymore. This is a Jungle Lee Hatari Fighter. This is my all-time favorite weapon, for knives that I carry. I have a very extensive collection that I've gathered over the years. And the one I picked up for Iraq, I got it for, I think, $110. And then I got the smaller one. One has almost an 8-inch blade. The other one has a smaller 6-inch blade. And it was $110 for the bigger one and $70 for the smaller one. Now this one here is brand new. Comes in the box. It's got all the bells and whistles. It's got the documentation. It's got a genuine leather sheath. Now I'll show you the blade here. You guys really like this. All right. Look at that baby. This thing is a beast. All right, it's stainless steel. This is the Hatari Fighter. This one is made in Taiwan, so it was a little cheaper. The one that I carried in Iraq was from Siki, Japan, and it was a limited edition of the first blades that came out of their press and forge. This one now goes for roughly $300 on eBay if you can find it. And that's one that's, a little dinged up and so forth. This one's unused. You just saw me take it out of the wrapper. I do have the original that was from Siki, Japan. That model is worth about $600-700 right now. But this is my all-time favorite knife. I fell in love with it the first time I saw it. And that's just it. All right, let's see what we got here. Next one. Okay. I had another fan. I showed a Kevlar vest in a past prepper video, and he wanted a little more information on this particular vest. All right, this one here, Second Chance. I got this one on eBay for roughly $220-ish. I have to check the purchase history to actually get the exact cost, but that's about what this is. This is rated 3A, which means it'll stop pistol rounds and 12 gauge slugs and buckshot. It won't stop rifle rounds without a plate carrier, and that's a whole other animal. If you're putting together a bug out bag or a bailout bag and any kind of equipment, this is a must. Okay, you got to have this in your car. You throw it on real quick, and it goes a long way, because you never know. I mean, this will turn back knives, swords, gunfire for the most part. I think a 5.7, the new 5.7 pistols will go through it, and then 7.62 by 25 will penetrate this, I think, 40% of the time. But still, it's better than nothing. All right. So please get yourself a vest. You heard it here first. All right, this particular individual wants to know what type of pack I would suggest, for outdoor shenanigans. Okay, well, it all depends how long you're planning, to to be in the field. If anything more than 3 days, you're better off going with a full frame military pack. Now, the reason I say the full frame military packs is soldiers carry those all the time. They're extensively tested. They work. And you can get them, on Amazon and eBay without really spending, $400 to $600. Now, are there really good packs out there for $400 to $600? Yes, they are. That's just the way it is. Granite Gear puts out a nice pack. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to steer you guys to something that's, stupid expensive when you can get something that is just as good and way cheaper. So this one here is a Marine Corps pack. Okay, I like these ones better than the Army Digital ACU, which was dog shit. Okay, it's got an actual hard frame, extra padding. You got the padding for the belt with a girdle. Because if you're going to carry weight, you got to have the weight on your hips. Otherwise, you're going to blow your spine out like I did. You don't want to do that. Now, that particular one cost me roughly $90. I've seen them anywhere between $75 and $300. $300 is a little rich for my blood. Now, this particular one had a couple holes in it that I had to basically repair with a lighter and some dental floss and shoe goo. But I'm not looking for cosmetics. I'm looking for effectiveness. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, now the same guy wanted a choice in sleeping bags. All right, now you can get some really good sleeping bags out there that are not going to break the bank. And a lot of them are rated to like negative 30 degrees. All right, if you're planning to be in the open air without any cover or shelter, fine. Negative 30 is fine. I myself go with it's a Merlin Softy 3. It's good down to roughly 30 degrees. You can pick one up between $100 and $150, and they compact down to the size of a football. Okay, if you're going to be somewhere that's going to be a little bit colder than that, say it goes down to 0, you can also carry a poncho liner and a space blanket and a bivy bag to go along with it. And you should be good to go down to 0 degrees. Now, you're not laying in a sleeping bag all day. You're basically setting it up to catch some, Z's, anywhere from 3 to 6 hours. You're not spending 24/7, 365. If you're going to do something like that, you can still use the same sleeping system. You just put up a lean-to or an impromptu shelter and build a fire, and you can hang out all you want right there, as long as you have enough firewood to keep you warm. All right, let's see. Man, you guys got all kinds of questions for me. All right, now this guy was asking me anti-thermal suits. Are they real? Yes, they are. Okay, I'm working on a design. I have the materials. A lot of the newer camo nets that were put out have anti-thermal properties. I do have a couple patterns. I might put one together and put it on the website so you guys can download it and then source your own materials and build it for yourself. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, thermal's a bitch. Okay, if you're going to monkey around in a thermal suit and you think that, they have thermal cameras or optics, my advice to you is if you're going to mess around in those environments, do not go into the open, all right, because they will see, nothing's 100%, and all it takes is to see a 2x4 patch of heat coming off you, and then say it moves. Guess what? Your position is flaked out. Now, if you were to stay, in the wood line, just on the edge, where you keep foliage between you and them, you could do that all day long. Another thing that'll blow your thermal suit is if you are sweating your balls off or overexerting yourself, you will basically throw off heat and it will be picked up. So slow and steady wins the race. use concealment. But yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to put together the thermo suit package pattern and get that out to you guys, because that is very valuable information. And most of the stuff you can buy on eBay. I buy a lot of shit on eBay. It's amazing. All right, this guy wants to know what is my take on facial recognition. All right, that's the next big thing. All right, it's pretty popular right now, and from what I understand from individuals I know in the law enforcement community, it's being used in most of the big cities out there. And there's a service that law enforcement can use that's provided by the alphabet agencies, where they can just get pictures of somebody they don't know who it is, and they'll run them right through there. And anywhere from 2 to 8 hours, they'll know exactly who you are, and they have access to the military databases, all that shit. Okay, and the same thing with DNA. Back in the day when they were getting DNA collected on everyone in the military when I was in, they said, oh, it's going to a special database and it's only if you're missing in action. That is a huge crock of shit. All right, that DNA database has been cracked open. All right, nothing is sacred. You have no secrecy or privacy at all, ever. You heard it here first. All right. Now, I watch a guy on YouTube, I don't remember his name, but he talks about his anti-Google phone and anti-tracking stuff. I'm going to be honest. With each passing day, I am less and less a fan of Google, and I more than likely will do everything in my power to acquire a phone platform in the future that is completely de-Googled. All right. Yeah, I mean, they have way too much command over your personal information. They could ping your phone and track you anywhere. And, there's nothing really you can do about it because you're using the products. Now, in the near future, there's really not much we can do about that. But from what the scuttlebutt is, there are some companies coming out with some anti-tracking privacy cell phone platforms. What those are, I don't have the specs, but Big Brother's out there and he is real. All right, next one. Let's see what we got here. I think we're almost done. All right. Somebody wanted any suggestions I have for a bolt action precision rifle platform. Okay, now there's all kinds of platforms out there, and I'm going to do the same thing I always do, and I'm going to give you a recommendation that's not going to break the bank. They're readily available, off the shelf. They'll shoot a sub 1 minute of angle, and I'm going to have to say Savage Precision, platforms. They're bolt action stuff. You can get 308, 6.5 Creedmoor. I think you can get some 338 Lapua platforms out there, but those are a little bit more pricey. You're talking $1,300 to $1,500. The Savage 12, precision. I think that holds like 4 rounds. You can get it up to like a 28-inch, heavy barrel. It's supposed to be a bench rest rifle. Yeah, right. And that one will do everything the M24 sniper system will do. And that one also comes in 300 Win Mag, which has almost the same ballistics as a 6.5 Creedmoor. And it will break your shoulder because it kicks like a horse. Now, the 6.5 Creedmoor, you have less ass on the bullet at 1,000 to 1,100 meters. But it'll still hit a man-sized target, no problem, or the center of a bullseye at 1,100 meters, and you're not going to have to do a lot of crazy windage and shit like that. All right, I just want to apologize that I haven't been answering your questions. Please keep sending me questions. I will get to them in due time. You guys take it easy.